Well, I'd like to welcome you to this week's episode of the Elite Advisor Report. And we're going to go into an area that is one of the biggest differentiators of elite wealth managers. Those advisors who are consistently netting over $1 million of income a year and doing a great job for their clients because they're using thought leadership. And in this episode, I'm going to talk about what it means to be a thought leader and why it matters to you. And I want you to walk away with a few key takeaways. The very first is to understand that the affluent have a choice. They want to work with experts. And we did one study, Russ Allen Prince and myself, and I'll never forget it. This was a number of years ago, but when we asked them if they wanted to work with an expert, we kind of spelled out what our definition was. 99% of those people with $1 million or more of investable assets said, I want an expert. And in today's world, they have so many choices. They're going to work with who they perceive to be an expert, which means you have to be able to communicate your expertise to get the attention from clients, prospective clients, and centers of influence. And a financial advisor, thought leader, is one who's seen by others as the go-to advisor in their community and who is profiting from that position. And, you know, if you're like most advisors, and I can remember when I was an advisor and, you know, when I really got into the thought leadership side, we were growing at almost 70% a year. It was a pretty amazing time. And we sold our practice when we had a couple $1 billion under management. It was an amazing thing. We became the go-to advisor who positioned from that. And I want you to really understand that in the week's episode. And then, you know, in every one of our studies, advisors who are consistently earning over $1 million a year tell us, the super majority, that a key driver of their success in attracting more assets under management is thought leadership. So this is another secret weapon that's not used very effectively, and you can do it. I'm John Bowen, CEO and founder of CEG Worldwide, and let's get started. Okay, let me ask you a question. I think this is a great one. Do you want to have a sustainable competitive advantage? A lot of times I'll even say it as an unfair competitive advantage, but let's go with sustainable over all the other financial advisors who serve clients where you're competing, who are ideal for your financial advisory business. I mean, who doesn't want that? And that's really what thought leadership can do. Let me define thought leadership for you, because there's two parts. Most of us are familiar with the very first part. Let me blow it up so you can see it. Thought leader is a wealth manager who is recognized by affluent clients, prospective clients, and centers of influence, and even competitors as a leading authority. He or she is the go-to expert. Okay, and often, if you're like most advisors, we're frustrated. We know people like that who are nowhere near as talented, as competent as us, but they're perceived to be the expert out there. Now, that's only one part. I want you to pay attention to the second part, though, and this is a big one. So let me go there. And the second is a thought leader is a wealth manager who significantly profits from being the go-to expert. What we find is so many advisors, really don't ever monetize this. And this is so important. We want to help our clients, our prospective clients, really make smart decisions about their money, but we have to have a business that's sustainable. And so being a thought leader alone isn't enough. You have to have the systems in place to actually use it to attract a steady stream of pre-qualified, pre-endorsed, affluent clients. See, when we ask elite wealth managers what they want, look at every one of these income levels. So a study of 488 wealth managers, those earning less than $500,000 in net income, 3 out of 4 thought that a thought leader is very important to increasing their assets under management. That's huge. Let's go another step. $500,000 to $1 million in net income, 83.9. at $1 million or more of net income? Pretty close to everyone. So this is critical. If you're going to be a thought leader, you need to be proactive. Now let's take a look at what we call the expertise thought leadership matrix. And let me show you the differences here. So what we have is we have the effective use of thought leadership content, low and high, and then the level of wealth management expertise. So low and high. Now we know, plenty of people are good at thought leadership that are not necessarily good at wealth management. Where should you be in these 4 quadrants? Well, let's take a look, go through them systematically. If you're low on the wealth management expertise and low on the thought leadership, quite honestly, you're probably incompetent and shouldn't be moving up market. You should be going to get more training or in another industry. Okay, let's take it a little further. So if we're high on thought leadership but low on the level of wealth management expertise, let me go back one, is incompetent expert. And what we have here is, I always think of this as, the talking heads on TV, some of the high profile, really experts in the financial services, particularly the personal finance, who really don't know what they're doing. They're incompetent experts. They're positioned as experts, but they're not competent. I know when I was an advisor, I can still remember driving around listening to the financial talk show hosts for first year or two of my business, and my wife would get so frustrated because I'd get frustrated and I want to call in and she, why would you listen to these people? Why don't you do it? So I did. Okay, let's go to the next step. When we have effective use of thought leadership is low and the level of wealth management is high, we call that a hidden talent. And I want you to think this is a vast majority of you that are listening to. You're very talented. If you're sitting down with a client, a prospective client, or a COI, you're going to be able to help each and every one of them. But they don't know you as an expert, the go-to advisor. So you're a hidden talent. And if we take and look at the last group, where we're high at level of wealth management expertise and the effective use of thought leadership, you're a talented expert. And see, what I want to do is help you start moving from a hidden talent to a talented expert. And that's what thought leadership does. That's what it creates. See, this is a big opportunity. My partner, Russ Allen Prince, and I have written so many books. Russ is over 60. I'm well over 20 books. Why? Because we've seen the power of thought leadership. Becoming a thought leader is one of the best proven ways to transform a wealth management practice by creating what I call a wealthy client pipeline of new, exceptional, affluent clients. So the question you've got to ask is, what's holding us back as advisors? And I got to tell you, the main reason is we don't take the time to do it. Now, let me give you one big secret. There is creating content. One of the things at CEG we do a lot of research and we create a tremendous amount of content for our coaching clients. Why do we do that? Well, we do it for 2 reasons. One, a video like this is another type of content. We do these type of videos. I'm looking to attract like-minded financial advisors to explore working with CEG. And we're putting it out. And I'm more than happy to help everyone who is not a right fit to us. But I want to position CEG as really an amazing firm that helps elite advisors race up this hierarchy of advisor success. That's really what we do. And thought leadership is a big part of it. Now, what you can do that's so critical is you don't have to create it. This is a mistake most are making. You can curate it, you can share it, but you have to do it on a systematic basis. And it's amazing, both with clients reinforcing you as that no longer hidden talent, but that talented expert, with prospective clients, so that they know that you have this expertise, that you are the talented expert, you're the go-to advisor. And with the centers of influence, not only will position you well, but you can provide them the guidance so they can curate the thought leadership too and raise up their hierarchy of advisor success. See, here at CEG, what we see is that you can build an amazing life of significance. What is that? What we're talking about is an amazing life of significance is taking care of the people you love, the causes you care about, and making a difference in the world. Wow. And you can do that by serving fewer and wealthier clients extremely well. And we believe you can do it faster with less effort than you ever thought possible. Now, one of the big questions Russ and I and the rest of the CEG team here is, John, will you take a look at my practice and see what I need to do to race up this hierarchy of advisor success to be even more successful? And I got to tell you, the answer is a resounding yes. Every day, our team works with financial advisors just like you to show the specific actions that you can take to really accelerate your success dramatically. Now, to help you on this, as long as you have a net income of over $200,000 a year, somewhere around here we have a link. I don't know where you're watching this video, but if it's anywhere other than our website, go to our website, cegworldwide.com, and schedule a strategy call. We call these the best year ever consultation, where we'll take a look at where you are, where you want to go, what are the gaps, and what would we do, knowing what we know, to have you accelerate that success even more so that you race up that hierarchy of advisor success. And here's the key thing. Remember, you don't have to do this alone. Only you can really do it, but you don't have to do it on your own. See, your clients, your prospective clients, and your centers of influence, they're counting on you. Don't let them down.